If you have been online recently, chances are you have seen the endless memes and viral videos of Ariana Grande and Cynthia Erivo. Since these two first started working together on the set of the movie Wicked, they have become quite close to each other. Too close if you ask me. People have begun to notice that the relationship between these two have become somewhat unusual. Moments like this one have had people wondering if Ariana and Cynthia are co-stars or lovers. Because of their strange behavior, their interviews and red carpet appearances have gone viral, leading to the internet memeing them to death in swarms of posts like these. While most people can't stop laughing at Cynthia being overly protective of Ariana in the corniest ways, others have started wondering if there's something actually wrong with these two. Not only are Cynthia and Ariana acting strangely, but since they started working on Wicked, they seem to have gone through drastic transformations. Both of them appear to have lost an excessive amount of weight, while at the same time appearing pale and sickly. It's like while they're making Wicked, somehow their souls were sucked right out of their bodies. This has led many people to the impression that they're doing something nefarious to these women on the set of Wicked. But is there really more to this? Or have the movie studios found a clever way to get the internet talking? Well, after looking into this, what I found might suggest that maybe the internet speculations are right, and something is happening to Ariana Grande and Cynthia Erivo. They seem to have become the latest victims of the curse of the Wizard of Oz. Hey guys, I hope all is well. Welcome back to The Truth Is, where I drop new videos exposing the truth weekly. In today's episode, we will be talking about Ariana Grande, Cynthia Erivo, and the curse of Wicked. But before we begin, I just wanted to quickly let my Patreon members know I am finishing up a new Patreon exclusive that is dropping in the next few days. This video would be about spiritual leaders who are really monsters. So if you're interested in that video, you can expect it to drop early next week. I want to thank you all. Now, let's get right into it. There is clearly something happening to Ariana Grande and Cynthia Erivo. The internet first noticed their strange behavior began in November 2024 during the press tour for the movie Wicked. Their emotional and overly exaggerated interactions and interviews led to viral memes and online speculation that something sinister had been taking place behind the scenes. People felt like they were clearly overselling their relationship to promote the movie. The two appeared unnaturally close for people who were supposed to be co-stars and not romantic partners. Around the same time, people also started noticing that both Ariana and Cynthia were going through drastic body transformations. Ariana lost a bunch of weight and began looking pale and sickly to the point of concern. Cynthia also became unnaturally skinny and bony, matching Grande's appearance. Like I said earlier, it was like their soul was sucked right out of their bodies. They went from looking like this before the movie to this after they were done filming, which only got worse when they reappeared to do press for the new Wicked movie that released just a few days back. While the first time around, Ariana and Cynthia looked strange enough, during these recent appearances, things have gone to new extremes, as they both look like they were being starved the whole movie. In recent interviews, Cynthia has started to act like Ariana's boyfriend, playing the role of her protector. This has led to many hilarious viral moments. But this interview had to be the most hilarious of them all, when the interviewer grabs Ariana's arm while talking and Cynthia removes his hand and proceeds to comfort Ariana, who's acting like this man genuinely broke her wrist when he barely touched her. I couldn't stop laughing at this interview. This was either really bad acting or this man genuinely broke her wrist, which, considering how fragile she looks after losing half her body weight, it can go either way. Just look at Cynthia's face when she saw this man touch Ariana. It's like when a man sees their girlfriend dancing with another man at the club. Cynthia was even acting this way with their own fans who approached Ariana during events, shoving one of their fans who got a bit too close to Ariana for Cynthia's liking. This behavior continued everywhere they went. Cynthia kept on making her mean mug more and more vicious with each appearance. Rightfully so, this led many people to wonder if there was something else taking place behind the scenes of the Wicked movie. Obviously, this all clearly ties back to their time on the set of the movie Wicked. Like most people pointed out, Ariana and Cynthia looked and acted completely different before this movie. That must mean this movie is behind whatever's going on with them. Now, there could be a rational explanation for all of this, like this all could just be the movie studio's marketing strategy for the film. They could have decided to starve Ariana and Cynthia and then send them to do press acting like they're in some strange relationship, which would make them go super viral and generate more hype for the movie. Honestly, knowing Hollywood, I wouldn't be surprised if they starved these girls to do this. But then again, knowing Hollywood, I know there is likely something way more wicked going on than just marketing. Believe it or not, this isn't the first Wicked movie where the stars of the movie went through drastic challenges during production. This all started with the classic movie, The Wizard of Oz. For those who don't know, Wicked is actually a prequel to The Wizard of Oz. While The Wizard of Oz became one of the most popular movies of all time, it was eventually revealed that the stars of the movie were put through hell during the production, especially with the lead actress Judy Garland, who experienced the worst of the abuse. At the end of the movie, Judy barely survived her experience on set, while others suffered all types of serious injuries. Judy Garland was only 16 when she landed the leading role of Dorothy. Just like Ariana and Cynthia, she was made to lose tons of weight for her role. Before they started to film the movie, they made Garland go on a strict, dangerous diet, as the studio and director believed she was too fat for the role, something they made known to Judy repeatedly, even nicknaming her the Ugly Duckling. Because of this, according to Judy, she was being force-fed substances like Skittles, being made to take these substances to control her appetite and to provide her with enough energy to work all day long as a child. She was also only being fed soup, cottage cheese, black coffee, and given up to 80 cigarettes a day. All of this was to help her lose weight and keep her figure. When they actually started filming, even though Judy was already as slender as can be, they still made her wear a corset to make her appear skinnier. They wanted her to look dangerously skinny, just like they got Ariana and Cynthia looking in the Wicked movie. Judy didn't only deal with starvation and substances. According to her and many others who worked on the movie, she was not only physically assaulted, but also allegedly SA'd by members of the cast and even the head of MGM Studios, Louis B. Mayer. There is one infamous instance where the director took things way too far. This happened while filming the introduction scene for The Cowardly Lion. During the filming of this scene, Judy was finding it hard to stay focused. She was all doped up on substances and kept bursting into fits of uncontrollable laughter, being unable to perform the scene correctly. After Judy messed up the scene 10 times in a row, Victor Fleming, who was known as a no-nonsense director, became irritated with Judy. Fleming took things too far when, in a fit of rage, he grabbed Judy and smacked the laughter right out of her. She was then forced to reshoot the scene after getting smacked across the face in front of everyone. Whether it was the shame and embarrassment or the literal pain she was in, this time the laughter was gone and she was able to film the scene correctly with no issues. That still wouldn't be the worst she was put through while on the set. Judy claims that just about daily she was consistently harassed and even SA'd by fellow castmates. These assaults allegedly came at the hands of the men who played the Munchkins in the movie. According to Judy, they would routinely take advantage of her, allegedly touching her inappropriately and even sometimes putting substances in her drink without her knowledge. Judy also told everyone about how she was consistently harassed by none other than the famous producer and co-founder of MGM Studios, Louis B. Mayer. Mayer at one point was the most powerful man in Hollywood, seen by many as the father of Hollywood. Judy wasn't the only young actress who exposed Mayer, as Shirley Temple exposed him as well for similar behavior. I think I should make a full video exposing Louis B. Mayer. If that's something you would like to see, let me know in the comments. Judy Garland wasn't the only actor who had to deal with horrible situations. Another actor who experienced issues during the filming was the man who played the Tin Man. Originally, a man named Buddy Ebsen would be cast to play the Tin Man, but he was quickly replaced with Jack Haley due to serious health complications, and it was all because of the costume. In order to get the Tin Man costume to look like it did, the actor had to wear a metal suit that was painted in shiny silver paint. Those behind the movie tried several techniques to achieve the look of the iconic Tin Man character. They tried everything from a cardboard covered in shiny material to tin and silver with colored paper. None of this seemed to work, so they finally decided to use a combination of white body paint that they covered in aluminum dust. This decision nearly killed the actor. While minor exposure to aluminum dust is relatively harmless, Ebsen was covered in it. Not only was he covered in it, but he was also constantly inhaling it. Eventually, this would cause trouble for Ebsen, and he would be hospitalized just 9 days into filming The Wizard of Oz. He would be admitted to the emergency room for cramping and shortness of breath, with his lungs failing him during filming. This landed Ebsen in the hospital for weeks, which led to MGM replacing him with the actor Jack Haley. After this mishap with Ebsen, they figured they mixed the paint and aluminum dust into a paste and painted it on. The paste still caused issues as it led to Jake developing an eye infection. Another actor that almost didn't survive production was the actress Margaret Hamilton, who portrayed the Wicked Witch of the West. She suffered second and third degree burns during a stunt that went dangerously wrong. In the scene where the Wicked Witch vanishes into a puff of smoke, Hamilton was supposed to be lowered through a trapdoor before flames erupted. On one take, the fire was ignited before she was safely below the trapdoor. For some strange reason, the trapdoor did not descend fast enough, and her costume caught fire from a premature blast of flame. The incident resulted in second-degree burns on her face and third-degree burns on her hands. She recuperated for 6 weeks from the severe burns on her face and hands, but later returned to finish filming the movie. These issues, plus many other issues on set, led people to believe the movie had some sort of curse attached to it, blaming it all for the strange issues the movie faced. A curse that now seems to have transferred over to the Wicked movies. Just like we see with the filming of The Wizard of Oz, it now seems that Ariana and Cynthia have gone through a similar situation. Both Cynthia and Ariana were forced to lose dangerous amounts of weight, which I could only assume was for the movie. If it were just one of them, I would say maybe it was a personal choice or something like that. But the fact that it's both of them with the same drastic change makes it clear it's connected to this film. They were likely required to lose all that weight for the movie, just like they did with Judy Garland. I also wouldn't be surprised if these two actors were encouraged to take substances like they did to Judy, showing us a glimpse of the price of fame. These actors have to allow themselves to be severely mistreated and even potentially killed to produce these movies. Yet, these actors rushed to sign up for the opportunity. Now, the possible reason for the so-called Wicked curse that reportedly caused all these unfortunate events surrounding this movie could tie back to the story of The Wizard of Oz itself. While the story was meant to be consumed as fantasy, most people don't know the author of the story was a real-life occultist and incorporated real occult themes into the story. The original story of The Wizard of Oz was created by the author L. Frank Baum, who wrote the children's novel The Wonderful Wizard of Oz, first published in 1900. His story painted a vivid world full of magic populated by witches and wizards, everything that to most people is simply considered fantasy. But what most people don't know is that to L. Frank, magic was all too real. L. Frank was an active and dedicated theosophist, which is an esoteric or occult movement. He and his wife officially became members of the Theosophical Society in 1892. In this organization, magic, witches, and wizards are all considered real. The organization was founded by a woman named Helena Blavatsky. Helena was an infamous occultist and actually is credited with inspiring the fellow occultist Aleister Crowley. Now, after L. Frank joined the organization, he was inspired to make The Wonderful Wizard of Oz because of what he was studying. His book is directly influenced by the Theosophical Society's teachings. While on the surface level, the story is about Dorothy defeating the evil witch and finding her way home, underneath that layer lies the esoteric interpretation. The story is actually a spiritual allegory for the soul's journey towards enlightenment taught in the Theosophical Society. Dorothy's entire journey along the yellow brick road is seen as an allegory for the spiritual path or golden path in Buddhism, a concept important in theosophy. Kansas in this story represents the material world from which the spiritual journey begins. A central theosophical teaching is that all individuals possess a divine spark and the power to achieve spiritual illumination through self-reliance. The Scarecrow, Tin Man, and Cowardly Lion all discover they already possess the brain, heart, and courage they seek, an idea mirroring the theosophical belief that one must rely on oneself to achieve salvation, not God. There are a lot of references in The Wizard of Oz that connects directly to the Theosophical Society. The Emerald City is a reference to the Emerald Tablets of Hermes, a foundational text in Western occult tradition studied by theosophists. Dorothy's magical silver shoes, which were made ruby in the film, represents the silver cord of astral travel, the link between the physical and the spiritual self described in the occult teachings of theosophy. In the world of the occult, Dorothy's journey is connected to spiritual alchemy, mirroring the 7 stages of alchemy, from calcification to coagulation, signifying her psychological and spiritual growth. While the movie was fantasy, the ideas were real occult themes. The entire story was about the main occult teachings studied by many secret groups. The fact that Louis B. Mayer acquired the film and produced it is also important, as Louis B. Mayer himself was a prominent 33rd degree Freemason deep into the studies of the occult. Now, the curse this movie has might be real after all, as this movie is completely rooted in real witchcraft and occult concepts. These ideas seem to be engraved in the leading characters of Wicked, with both Ariana Grande and Cynthia Erivo going through spiritual transformations, which manifested in their strange behavior. I am almost positive what's happening to these two is connected to what they involved themselves in with this movie. While both Ariana and Cynthia play witches in this movie, in real life, they both have come out and admitted they are real witches. Ariana said this in this interview, admitting she was a real witch.
Is there an in-between anywhere where Raph meets the universe?
Yeah. I'm somewhere in between. I've learned. I don't know. I said somewhere between being a literal witch, literal witch.
Being a literal witch, literal witch.
I'm not kidding. And being like the most realistic, cut, dry, like.
And her and Cynthia both again admitted to this during press releases for the movie.
I remember being so swept off my feet by just the story, and the comedy really stayed with me when I was little. I don't think at that point I had seen anything. I mean, I was 10, but I don't think I had seen anything that moved me that way.
Did you meet Kristen that day?
Yeah. I did. She gave me body gel. She says it's bath salts, but it was body gel.
It was something
it had glitter, and I think it had actual witchcraft magic in it. I really do.
There's no way you get to this without that witchcraft.
I think there's a combination of real magic, manifestation, and hard work. Yeah. That needs to happen for things like this to happen, don't you think?
I think so.
These two aren't method acting. They have become the characters they portray. The Curse of the Wizard of Oz is likely tied to the dark forces attached to the occult religion this movie is based on. These ideas seem to have consumed both Ariana and Cynthia. Now, they are a shell of who they used to be. Well, that's it for this video. I want to thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.